If you're pooping alone, you're doing it wrong. Don't poop alone, poop with friends. It's the number 2 show.
Thank you for joining in. This is the number 2 show, the only show brought to you by people on the toilet. 4 people on the toilet. You don't have to be on the toilet to be watching this. You can be wherever you are, but our motto is don't poop alone, poop with friends. So I'm joined today by Eric Melaragni.
Yes.
He is an excellent actor. You told me that you're doing some writing.
Yep. Yeah. Writing for next film I'm looking to produce, direct, all that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Wow. Have you done, like I've mostly known you from your acting stuff. Have you done a lot of directing, producing, that kind of a thing?
I have. There's a good chance that most of the things that you've seen me acting in are probably stuff that I've directed or produced.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how I keep myself busy. You know, when the phone doesn't ring, I'm like, all right, I will just make my own stuff, and I'll cast me like most of the time. So.
Yeah. What got you into writing and filmmaking and acting and all of that? Like, what originally pushed you into that?
So acting has been something that's always been in the back of my mind, like since I was a kid. But in high school, acting was theater, and you know, nothing against theater, but it just wasn't what I wanted to do. I would like seen film, and I was like, I want to do that, but I felt like you had to do theater to get to TV and film, so I just never did it. I got into music for a little bit, you know, expanded my art that way. And then I went through like a breakup and had a lot of time on my hands, and I was like, I feel like acting is something I gotta try. And I took a class. I audited a class at the Actors Lab Philly.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and first night there, I was like, I love this. This is what I want to do. I mean, everyone in there was amazing. The teacher, Brian Fox, is just an amazing guy. He really set the tone for the class. And even like after like I audited the class, everyone was like, hey man, you want to come to like the bar, grab a drink and like talk? And I was like, okay, yeah. So I went there, got in there, and then since that, which was over 5 years ago, I've taken like a class a week.
Nice.
So I've just always stuck with it. When I was in acting class, some people were bringing in their own material to like act out, and I was like, maybe I'll write something, just try it out. And I did, and it was fun. And then after being on a couple sets that were a little messy, you know, I mean, when you're starting out acting, you do a lot of student films, and you know, some of them are good, and some of them people are learning. They're just starting. Maybe I could just start. And I had a couple scripts laying around, so I was like, let me try it out, and I ended up liking it. And I just like storytelling as well. So just kind of building blocks, just worked my way in. It was like acting, writing, directing, and filmmaking, and just, yeah. And I love it. Like I said, I've been doing it for 5 years now, and
Nice.
It's a blast.
It is amazing to me how many stories I hear of people who are in the creative world who get, you know, they start off in one field and then that just leads to another, and it kind of just, it's like this domino effect of like once you start being creative, you're just like, oh, there's so many venues and ways that I can share this creativity and vision with the world, and you just start running, you know?
Yeah, and I think it's not that if you're an actor you have to write your own stuff or make your own stuff, but I think it's good to experience it from the other side of the camera too, because a lot of times like could be a disconnect between directors and actors, and I think when you're on the other side you have compassion for all those other people too. Like, so like working behind the scenes and, you know, come up with set dressings, props, and directing, lighting, like figuring all that out. Like as an actor, I'm like, I see that. Right. I mean, you can look at the sound guy and be like, that sucks. You know, you don't have to experience that to know that that's going to be uncomfortable. But I think it's good to try everything. Because like you said, you could see something else that you actually enjoy more. Like you could think that you like acting. And you're like, you know what? I feel like I like creating sets or doing sound or lighting. It's all important.
Yeah.
So
since you've kind of worn different hats on different productions and stuff, what do you find then is like your favorite thing to do? Like aspect of the creative process?
I mean, acting is my first love. I enjoy that because I like to just to play, have fun, and you know.
I saw you in Back Road,
Oh yeah.
which was a horror film that was produced by, I want to say, Sick and Twisted, like
Yeah,
Productions.
FX. Yeah.
FX.
Well, yeah, I think there's Sick and Twisted FX and there's Sick and Twisted Productions. I don't know if they're the same people.
But yeah, those people over there, they made this horror film about, you know, kind of a inbred family of backwoods people kind of doing their thing and killing people. And you were one of the first people, spoiler alert, you were one of the first people killed in the movie. And like, do you want to tell people how it happened? Because it was an amazing scene to watch happen and unfold.
Well, you know, I feel like most horror films, you know, there's an opening kill scene and then there's always like at least one sex scene, and I got to do both of them in one. And actually, that was my first time on set as an actor.
Really?
Like before that, was just everything was acting class. So this is my first time on set, and the scene is me bringing two girls back to my tent for a three-way. So I got lots of stuff out of the way on my first set, you know, like the making out on set, being in my underwear, and then, you know, I end up getting killed when one of them bites my penis off. And there's just a ridiculous amount of blood.
Oh my God.
So that was fun to work with too. So yeah, my first time on set was just, I was like, all right, cool. I got a lot of stuff out the way. So after this, everything should be a piece of cake. But yeah, that was an experience. Man, yeah, that was a while ago.
Oh my God, I bet, yeah. Just dive in the deep end, like,
Yeah.
let's get threesomes, sex, boobs, nudity,
Yeah.
getting my penis ripped off.
I seen the casting for it, and I went back and forth for a little bit if I wanted to do it or not. I was like, this could like be cool, and this could not be cool. Could come back to haunt me. You know, people be like, oh, this dude got his like dick bit off in that film. But ultimately, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it for the experience.
Yeah.
And no regrets. You know, it was a good time. You learn everything from every set, every experience. And it was funny the amount of people that were like, "Oh, dude, like, how was it, man?" And I was like, "I'm like, dude, like, it's acting." I was like, "It's not like hot at all." I was like, the only thing hot was like being in that tent, like surrounded by like other people, because like it's me, the two girls, then like the camera guy, the sound guy, like we're all crammed in this little tent. I was like, "No, it wasn't hot. Like, you know, it's the job." And yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, I bet. I bet.
If you're pooping alone, you're doing it wrong. Don't poop alone, poop with friends. It's the number 2 show.